Good afternoon and happy Friday Eve. I know I am really looking forward to tomorrow. In that teacher role that I'm in, it definitely has been a super crazy busy week, aren't they all? But I wanted to tell you about a piece of paper that changed everything for me in my life as a teacher. And I realized that, my mentor was telling me that I should share this with you. And I'm like, I thought I've already shared that with everybody. And then it hit me that, you know what, I've shared with a lot of people, but maybe not everybody knows my full story. So here I am showing you the piece of paper that changed everything for me as a teacher. And I wonder if you can relate, because I bet a lot of you out there can. So it was this time of year, about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, and honestly, I was really struggling in my life as a teacher because, as you know, the day just flies by, and we are so busy that we almost just keep going and we don't even know what's happening. So I had to just kind of keep moving, and sometimes I don't even know what I was doing. And when I came home at the end of the day, I would get home to my own 2 children, and I really was depleted, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and I wasn't feeling great, and I couldn't give them what I wanted to give my own children. So I was struggling, didn't know what I was gonna do. And then that one day in October, some paper arrived, and it's one of these. Look familiar? The personal statement of benefits. And I looked at it, and it said that I could retire in 20 years. I don't know if you can see that. And I started bawling. I cried, and I'm like, I can't do this for 20 years. I can't do this. How am I gonna do this for 20 years? Do you ever feel that way? I'm pretty sure I've heard many of you say it, so I know that you have, and it's okay if that's you. For me personally, what happened at that moment when I read that and said 20 years, I said to myself, okay, I can keep going the way I'm going. I didn't really see a lot changing, or I can do something to take control for myself, for my future, for the future of my children. And pretty much that was the day I started to research some other options for myself, and I didn't know what. I didn't know how to use my skills as a teacher in anything different. But what I found was that by becoming my own business owner and taking control of my own work, that was going to be my way out. That was going to be, assuming that at that time what I was looking for, a way out. And that was going to be the answer. And so pretty much a couple weeks after I got this statement of that personal benefits, that's when I started my own business. And I share this with you today because I know that feeling that you have right now. October for teachers is insane. I know. And every day I feel the same. I'm like, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? And I take a deep breath, and I remember why I started my own business and why I chose to take ownership of my future. And I teach people around me how to take ownership. And it can take many different forms. What worked for me by having this business really changed my life. But for you, there might be other options. But my job is to help you discover for you what any kind of change can bring into your life. So if you are looking at your personal statement of retirement statement benefits and you're wondering, how are you going to make it? Maybe it's time to make a change. And that change can start with looking at your spiritual, physical, emotional, and personal and self a little bit of time every day on those 4 things. I teach people how to do that and how to take control of their future. Because as teachers, if you're not taking care of yourself and doing something for yourself that's going to ensure your future and your retirement, assuming that you can make it 20 more years or less, because maybe you want it to be less, maybe you want to be able to make more choices. That's where I was. And since that time when I took matters into my own hands, life looks completely different. As a business owner, I have been able to cut back on my teaching, found my passion for my teaching, and so many other changes, like being able to run my own fundraiser to go on a trip to build a school in another country. So the result is endless. I mean, there's so many possibilities, but what I want you to know is that you have the control. You might not know what it looks like at this moment, but I'm here to help walk you through it. And I can definitely tell you that when you take that control, so much good can happen. So don't let that retirement benefit statement scare you. Let it move you to something better. Have a great Friday tomorrow.